Too sloppy.
Today's lesson is calculating the mean, or what we call the average. If you could please grab a calculator or maybe even your cell phone and pause the video until you're ready. We're set to begin.
Make sure to get these two pieces of information filled in on your notes. So first we're going to start with our definition for finding the mean, or as Mrs. King said, another name for finding the average. It is the sum of the data, so remember sum means you're going to add it together, divided by how many pieces of data you had. A good way to think of it is it's kind of a balance. It kind of weighs the highs and the lows and kind of tries to find a happy medium in the middle.
Below the definition of the mean, you see your first pictograph. I know some of you have seen pictographs in elementary school. We need to really pay attention to the key and how much those symbols represent in each of the graphs that we're using today. Each graph, again, will need a title and a key. As we go through this unit, we need to pay attention to those items. The pictograph shows the number of members on the 4 different swim teams. We need to find the mean number of the members for the 4 different swim teams. So if each symbol is one swimmer, we look at Amberly and we count out how many swimmers are under her. And it equals...
She has a total of 9, so there's 9 members on her team.
And then we check out Carlton and we count them up and we figure that he has
11.
And then there's Hamilton, 3, 4, 5, 6. And West High, this must be cities.
Looks like 10 for West High.
So we have 9 plus 11 plus 6 plus 10. Those of you who can do that quickly can go ahead and do it mentally. The rest of you are going to go ahead and plug that into your calculator and get a total sum of 36. Now we need to divide that by the number of towns in this case, which is 4 data sets that we have. So we end up with 36 divided by 4, or an average of 9 swim team members on each team.
So you're simply adding together each of your pieces of data and then dividing by the number of pieces you had in the problem. So let's try a couple more together. So in this one here, all of our data is in our table. It's inches of snowfall over 5 different months in a particular year. So the first step is add them all together. In terms of what we're expecting for you from work, yes, you can use a calculator to do the work, but we need to see what did you get when you added them all together. So what did we get for our total?
Our sum is 80.
So we need to see that 80, and then we want to see what did you divide by. Well, in this case, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms, so we divided it by 5.
And 80 divided by 5 gives us a mean average of 16 inches for each month.
Okay, keep your label on it just like we did in geometry so we know what that number meant. But we need to see what did you get when you added it together, what did you divide by, and then what did you get for your answer. That's the work we're expecting in order to be able to use your calculator.
Graph number 2 is a bar graph. You guys have worked with these in science before. The numbers for the prices that each jacket costs are above the columns. So those are the items you're going to be plugging into your work and into your calculator. So we begin with 22 plus 25 plus 28 plus 9 plus 21. And we get a sum of 105.
There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms total. So we're going to divide by 5.
So each jacket costs $21, or you have an average price of $21. We have one that was sold for $28, one that was on sale for $9, and it kind of balances off for the jackets costing $21.
All right, these next two are for you to try. So another 2 pictograms. Again, as Mrs. King said, the key to these pictograms or pictographs are your key. In this case, each bicycle symbol is the equivalent of 2 bicycles. So the Smiths, there's 2 symbols. Each of them stands for 2 bikes, so that's a total of 4 bikes. Over here for our checkers, each checker piece is a total of 4 checker pieces. So use that in finding your totals. And then we want to see your work tomorrow when we go over these in class. What did you get when you added up all your terms? What did you divide by? And what did you get for your answer? All right, now it's time to work backwards. This time, It says Jamila babysat 9 times. So she earned money 9 different times. And they give us a lot of what she earned for each of those times. But that's only 8 of them. But they tell us that the mean of the data, the mean of what did she earn for each of those jobs, is a total of 24. So in this case, we have to work backwards and figure out what it was that 9th time. What did she earn to get that average of 24?
All right, we're going to show our work and set up what we know first. So we're going to write down 15 plus 20 plus 10 plus 12 plus 20 plus 16.
Sorry, I'm slow.
Plus 80 plus 18. And then we don't know that 9th time, how much she earned. So we're going to label that X, standing for our unknown amount of money that she earned the 9th time she babysat. Now, because she has 9 data pieces, we need to go ahead and put 9 underneath our fraction bar. And we're going to set it equal to that last part of the question, or 24. And at this point, you're going to need to pause the video, use your calculator, and add up how much she has earned so far. Sorry, I should have that ready.
That's right.
Rookie.
Mrs. King is just adding up her 15 or 20 or 10, all the pieces we know, and got a total of
191.
191 plus that last time. And then our rule is add them all up and then divide by the number of pieces. It was 9 babysitting times total. So we're going to add it up, divide by 9, and we are going to get an answer of 24. So this is where our equation work comes back in. Think about, what did they do? Well, they divided by 9, so we want to multiply both sides by 9.
Undo that division with your multiplication.
So now we're just left with our 191 plus our missing number.
Is equal to 24 times 9, which is 216.
So we did 24 times 9 is 216. Now we have our simple equation here. 191 plus something is equal to 216. So solve your equation. They added 191, so we subtract 191 from both sides.
And X is going to equal $25. She earned $25 that 9th time she babysat.
A good way to check it is plug that 25 back in for X, add them all back up, divide by 9, you should get exactly 24 if we've done the problem correctly.
Last problem, we'll set this up for you, and you'll be on your own, and then we'll check it tomorrow when we get back into class. So we have 78 plus 89 plus 92. Oops, calculator issues.
Plus 85 plus, we want to know how much did she get on the 5th test. So they gave us 4, but there's 5 total, so we're still missing that 5th one. So what did you get when you added those all up?
You get 344.
344 plus our missing number. Then we're going to divide by the number of terms. There was 5 tests total, so we're going to divide by 5. And she wants her average to be 88%. So we've set up the problem. Use the last example to kind of walk yourself through how am I going to solve this to find my answer. And we'll go over it tomorrow in class.